Hello, everyone. This is Darcinovia here, and I'm live. I'm going to wait for some people to get on. At least my audience, anyway. Oh, there's 3 people so far. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if at least one of them are people that have a hate crush on me. So, even those who have a hate crush on me, you're welcome to watch this video. I don't know why you would spend time watching somebody that you hate. It doesn't make sense to me. But hey, anybody that wants to watch my videos, go ahead. I don't care. Even if you hate me, I'm just not going to debate you because my streams are not a place of debate. It ain't a democracy, and I have people of all sexual orientations and religions here, and I'm not going to tolerate any sort of bigotry, which is why fascists are not tolerated. Now, there's a difference between being a reactionary, people who may have some reactionary views who live in the third world versus somebody who has them in the first world. So if some people in the global south, if they have some things I don't 100% agree with, I'm not going to throw the ban hammer on them because unlike the reactionaries in the first world, those people in the third world, they're not out to destroy other people's way of life. They actually genuinely do want to help their people. So, yeah, my policies against reactionaries, is fuck you. I don't care. If you're in the first world and you're, complaining about, oh my God, Darcinovia is banning me. He does the ban hammer on anyone that disagrees with him, which is wrong. Which is wrong because PrideTunes disagrees with me with my atheism video. Guess what? PrideTunes is still welcomed here. There's a difference between disagreeing with me in good faith and just coming here to pick a fight. There's a fucking difference. And if you want to critique on stuff I may have said that is wrong in your eyes or you don't agree with me, you're welcome to do that. As long as you're not here to start shit. I have no tolerance for fascists. I fucking do not have tolerance for fascists. And no, I do not count Boroman's 1,000 fucking stock accounts as multiple fucking people. It's one person. Most of the people that come here on these streams, come here to start shit, it's the same goddamn individual, okay? It's some freaking Trump supporting fucking clown that doesn't know when to shut the fuck up, okay? You could say whatever stupid nonsense you want. You have every right to. Doesn't mean I have to tolerate you because after all, this is my platform. If you fucking, want to be tolerated, you want me to let you watch my videos, I'm not stopping from watching my videos. But if you want to, engage with my videos, I will only allow it if it's in good faith, disagreeing with me. And I make it no secret that I support some form of censorship because I'm not a fucking moron. Every single person in this goddamn room, unless you're a fucking pedophile, supports a form of censorship to some degree. All of us, to some degree, are a little authoritarian. An authoritarian doesn't mean a fucking thing because it's used so loosely nowadays. These fucking nerds on the internet whose entire worldview is consumerism, they think it's authoritarianism because, God forbid, somebody uses their platform in the way they see fit. I'm sorry, but this is not a democracy. So anybody that comes here thinking, oh, I could say whatever I want and I have every right to. You have every right to say whatever you want. You do. You are correct. But I also have a right to not want you here. Because everybody here is my guest. And if anybody is coming here to start shit with me and to try to stir up some fucking crap with other people, guess what? I don't have to tolerate it, and neither do they. My policy is very clear. I do not tolerate fascists. Disagreeing with me does not make you a fascist. However, when you push nonsense that opposes things such as fucking American patriotism, critical race theory, I am suspicious of you immediately. Because if you know the fucking history, done the research yourself, you don't have to fucking be a expert on the subject. I mean, American history, there's a lot of books you can read on the subject. Get a fucking history book, read fucking American history, put the fucking mythological fucking books away that fucking makes you feel good about America, and read some actual fucking history. Because opposing laws that forces, kids to learn about their country's history and not think critically about their country's history is fascist. Because there's a lot of things that this country has done that this government has been trying to cover up for decades now. Slavery, genocide, America's fucking war crimes. I mean, pick up a goddamn book. I mean, for God's sake, there's you don't have to read everything. I mean, fucking pick up Killing Hope. It's a fucking, it'll open your fucking eyes if you actually are willing to fucking open your mind on how fucked up this country is from the past to the present. And I don't have time to engage a few people. I really don't. If you don't fucking like what I have to say, then tough fucking shit. You don't have to fucking listen to what I have to say. Watch somebody else that will fucking confirm your biases, that will not challenge you, that will not actually make you think, you know what, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I should reconsider my life. Do you think I actually came to the point where I'm at because I decided, you know what, I'm just going to actually, stay comfortable? Do you have any idea how hard it is to break indoctrination? No, you don't, because you're too fucking stupid and lazy to actually make the attempt. It's hard. It's a lifelong process. If you do it at a younger age, it's easier. But if you do it when you're in your late 20s like I was, it is fucking grueling on how difficult it is to actually deprogram yourself with all this propaganda that was fed to you as a child. It's you want to say I've been indoctrinated? Define indoctrination. Is learning about my country's history, the real history, is that indoctrination? I didn't go to a fucking college to come to the conclusions that I was at. Most of the classes I took taught fucking nothing but freaking State Department propaganda. Fucking what you say about fucking me is self-projection on your part. Because you're the one who's been indoctrinated. The only difference between you and me is I was indoctrinated and I overcame my indoctrination. Doesn't mean that I haven't overcame every aspect of it. I'm pretty sure there's certain things that I still don't know that I need to unlearn. It's a fucking process. It's a fucking ongoing process. It's not something that happens overnight. Deprogramming yourself with fascist indoctrination is not easy. When you're older, it's harder than it is when you're younger, which is why I like to give my respects to Falcone here. Falcone, about almost a decade before I did it, has broke free from her indoctrination. She's managed to do it in a faster amount of time. It took me many years to actually get to where I was at. And I didn't become a fucking communist because, I freaking hated myself and I wanted everyone to be as equally as poor as me, which is a childish argument on why I'm a communist in the first place. I became a communist because I saw everything around me and I realized this is fucking bullshit. I was anti-capitalist without even knowing it. At the age of 22, I was an anti-capitalist, and I didn't even realize it. I saw how this system exploits disabled people. I saw how for the remaining of my days until my dying breath, I will fucking be poor. I'll never get out of this, grind that this system forces on me. It's like, I didn't choose to be disabled. I didn't choose to be dependent on some form of government assistance in order to pay my fucking rent. I didn't choose this. I didn't choose this at all. And that's the difference between you and me. I see things for how they truly are, not what I want them to be. And anyone that actually believes that capitalism fucking works doesn't live in reality, doesn't fucking, actually understand how fucking fucked this system is. At any time, all it takes is one click of a button and I could be homeless because of the government. I know where my positions lie. I'm not privileged. I don't fucking think I'm better than anyone else. This is not just against one particular individual, Willie, man. I'm just like addressing, just something that comes into my mind, like random people. I mean, this goes to fucking the supposed communists as well, who think they fucking know freaking what it's like to actually to connect with the masses when they fucking don't. Who talk down to fucking poor and disabled fucking people. I'll tell you, it ain't fucking fun. I'm so sick and tired of being told that I should be proud of this fucking country. Why? This country abandoned me fucking when I was a fucking 5-year-old boy because I didn't fucking learn fast enough. I was forced to fucking be in some shitty fucking classes. Anybody that's been through special ed knows exactly what I'm talking about. Fucking feeling worthless, feeling like I'm incapable of accomplishing anything or doing anything with my life. The fucking school system doesn't exist to educate. It exists to indoctrinate and beat you down with everything they could to fucking make it so you don't have the will to resist. And just fucking having basic fucking empathy is fucking discouraged. It's like, it's ridiculous how anybody can fucking tell me that I owe this country my loyalty. What loyalty? This country is willing to let me fucking die because it doesn't see me worthy of life. I mean, fuck, for God's sake. $2,000, that's the amount of money I can fucking save up in my bank account. How the fuck is that not enforced poverty? It's fucking bullshit. Don't fucking go tell me that I have freedom. Freedom of what? Freedom of what? Seriously? When all it takes to fucking put me out in the street is to have some fucking asshole bureaucrat in the government just to fucking decide, you know what? Let's actually reduce this person's benefit, these people's benefits. Let's actually cut them all together. That's all it would take. I'm at the mercy of fucking not only this fucking fascist state. I'm almost at the mercy of my fucking employer as well. It's like, tell me, how am I free? I broke through my indoctrination, and you know what? I'm proud to say that I think I did a fucking fantastic job seeing through the bullshit. You don't have to like it what I have to say. You don't fucking have to agree with me, but you know what? At least put the fucking work before you criticize me for being indoctrinated, you stupid fucking nerds. Seriously. If you put as much time as I did, I fucking lost sleep learning what I've learned. I fucking stood up until fucking 6 a.m. And yes, I went through some all-nighters multiple times in order to fucking get where I am. So don't fucking tell me that I'm indoctrinated. The only thing I could say is, if you want to pull that card, I'm indoctrinated with the fucking truth. It's not Marxism's fault that Marxism is fucking reality. When you look at the world for what it truly is, and you have a understanding of Marxism, even if it's a basic understanding, you'll understand just how fucked this world is. And honestly, once you freaking see this world for what it truly is, once your eyes open for the first goddamn time, you cannot go back from that. You just cannot. So don't fucking lecture me about me being indoctrinated and me not knowing what I'm talking about when you haven't even tried to put the fucking work. And as for the supposed Marxists out there that talk down to fucking people who don't agree with their stupid fucking Americanist bullshit, fuck you too. I doubt you fucking people have ever experienced poverty like I have. I doubt any of you freaking understand how fucking difficult it is to freaking actually, think about constantly if the government's gonna fuck with you every time you get a fucking letter from Social Security. You don't fucking have that anxiety, so fuck you. Screw you and your anti-lumpen bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know some people will understand who I'm talking about. Some people will know what I'm talking about. So you will know exactly what I'm talking about. I've been lectured by these motherfuckers for years about how I need to be grateful about freaking America. How I need to fucking, support America. It's like, why? Why? This country doesn't care about fucking, the vulnerable of society. This country doesn't care about freaking disabled people. It doesn't even care about fucking the elderly. It treats its most vulnerable people like vermin. It's like, why would I want to, fight to preserve a Malthusian fucking country that sees certain parts of the population as expendable, whatever. That's expendable. It's like that's all they see us as. That's all they see fucking, disabled people as. We're expendable. We're worthless. The only thing we're good for is fucking. It's just another body to grind in the machine. That's all we are. This country fucking looks at its most vulnerable people in society as expendable. And in fact, I'd argue some of these supposed Marxists, in the Caleb cults, agree. It's like, what difference are they from the fucking, fascists when fucking they fucking look at disabled lumpen people and they don't even think we're fucking working class. I fucking have to freaking literally wait to work. What kind of bullshit is that? Does anyone fucking know what that's like? No, of course not. You don't know. I go fucking crazy. In fact, it's one of the reasons why I do what I do. It's why I read a lot. It's why I fucking do these kind of videos, because I have to do something. Otherwise, I'll go fucking crazy. That's exactly what this fucking shit is. Waiting to work is not a fucking life. Yeah, they are. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Lumpen are working class. And it's bullshit that you have people on the left, supposed left, looking down on me, and you have people on the right who look down on me as well. But you know what? At least those on the right are honest where they stand with me, while those on the left, who claim to fucking be Marxists, freaking don't even fucking care. They're like the fucking Democrats. They're like the freaking liberals that Malcolm X described. Like they're fucking wolves in sheep's clothing. I don't trust either side, but at least the fucking fascists that come here and troll, at least they're honest where they stand. At least they're honest. I have more respect for them than I do with these supposed Marxists. Now, I don't care if you don't agree with me. That's not the point. I just do not like dishonesty. And people who have never struggled in a day in their fucking lives, whose only fucking concern, this is more back to the nerds here, of, oh my god, a fucking shitty fucking Star Wars movie fucking ruined my life, and I have to fucking make it as part of my identity. And the only reason you liked me in the first place because I took a stand against the Phantom Menace. Well, I guess is if your willingness to like me goes as far as standing against one faction of fascists in fandom over the other, your fucking standards are really goddamn low, okay? I don't fucking give a shit about these fucking reactionaries going to war with Jeremy or fucking having issues with him, because they're not much different from Jeremy. They're a bunch of fucking children that complain about nonsense all goddamn day. I mean, for God's sake, how many times do you have to see these stupid morons complain about the same goddamn shit before you realize, you know what? Maybe I should just get off the fucking internet and actually read a goddamn book or something and rethink my life. But no, it's easier just to be a fucking idiot and freaking look at fucking every fucking thing that Marvel and Warner Brothers does, every goddamn thing that's woke, because that's all these fucking people are. That's all their fucking identity is. It's tied to fucking this freaking first worldist bullshit of, oh my God, I didn't get the movie I wanted. I don't fucking care if you didn't get the movie you wanted. Fuck you. I don't care. Freaking, I simply wanted more EU, and you know what? I stopped fucking giving a shit because there's more important fucking things to be freaking concerned with. You know what? Maybe you should do yourself a favor and actually read a book about. Honestly, maybe just look at all this shit you guys are doing is doing nothing but doing the freaking elites work for you. They're distracting you. They're distracting you from how badly things really are in this in the fucking world. Fucking instead of fucking hating on another country like China because it's supposedly ruining entertainment, why not learn how and why things are the way they are? And maybe you would see that, you know what? The Marxists have it right. You know what? We're not perfect. We're going to be wrong from time to time because, oh my God, Marxism was developed by a human being. Fucking Marx was a human being. Same thing with Lenin. Same thing with Stalin. Same thing with Mao. And Che Guevara. They were all fucking human. Are all their theories going to be correct? Of course not, because they're human fucking beings. Marxism is a science. I never see any of you people who fucking criticize Marxism actually make the effort to actually prove it wrong. Because there's a lot of evidence that Marxism has been correct in multiple times throughout its history. Marx predicted many of the things that went on throughout the late 19th century all the way to the present. Yeah, was Marx wrong on certain things? Of course he was. Marx didn't even live to see most of his theories come into practice. All right? But at least Marxism has an actual history of actually, being put into practice. Well, I'm just gonna go by the fucking end caps here. While you're delusional freaking end caps here, while you fucking people, your fucking theory has never come into practice in the way you describe it. But the closest thing we do have to your theory come into practice, you dismiss it as, oh, that's not real capitalism. Like freaking these, when you fucking confront these end caps about, oh, if capitalism was so great, then why is all these countries in Africa and Latin America, why are they so poor? And I love it how they fucking talk about, oh, Venezuela this, Venezuela that. It was such a great economy before fucking, Chavez took over. Oh, Cuba was one of the greatest economies until Castro took over. Yet none of these people will actually talk about how things were before the revolution in Cuba or in fucking, Venezuela. Say what you will about Nicolas Maduro and Chavez. If you actually looked at Venezuela before they came into power, the people, their way of life was far worse. Yet these libertarian dipshits don't actually look at fucking, people as human beings. They just see fucking human beings as fucking statistics. Oh, if a few thousand people die, that's not capitalism. That's just their way of freaking, trying to justify supporting a psychotic doctrine of anarcho-capitalism. Anarcho-capitalism, if you want to know what it truly is, anarcho-capitalism is an ideology of fucking narcissistic sociopaths that freaking have never actually worked a fucking day in their life. Or if they have forgotten what it's really like to work. They're narcissistic. They think they're better than everyone else, and they have nothing but contempt for the working masses. How do I know this? Look at the most popular, look at the most popular end cap on YouTube, one of them, Young Ripa. The guy clearly has disdain for the masses. He clearly does, for the working masses. He's privileged, he's narcissistic, he's sociopathic, and he thinks he's better than everybody else. I mean, another way you can look at anarcho-capitalism and how it's narcissistic. I mean, look at Ayn Rand. Read some of her writings. They're disgusting. They really are disgusting. They really are disgusting. What grandfather? I don't. My grandfathers are all dead. I think you're commenting on the wrong stream. Sorry. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Liberalism is fucking the epitome of hypocrisy. It really is. It really is hypocritical, liberalism. And you know what? I view libertarianism as just another manifestation of Libertarianism is just another manifestation of liberalism. And what's hilarious about these end caps who fucking love to shit on liberals, they're just like them. It's like, I really wish freaking people would actually point that out, that they're more liberals than the actual liberals they criticize. I tried to go through Ayn Rand's fucking book on freaking Atlas Shrugged. It was nothing but boring nonsense. It just felt like she was ranting about the poors. I mean, the entire ideology of anarcho-capitalism is just hating on the poor, hating on the disabled, hating on anybody that they claim isn't worthy of life. They don't care about hard work. They don't care about people actually, doing their share to actually, help society function. Okay. No, that's wrong. My grandfather did not pass away. That was my mother, and my mother passed away 8 months ago. Matt Wilkins, I think, needs to research the facts. Anybody can, research this. In fact, that is just dumb. I mean, even for Matt Wilkins, that's just dumb. Matt Wilkins, I suggest I don't think you're watching this, if you are, watch my deleted Ewok stream. At the beginning of the stream, I talk about my mother. My mother, not my grandfather. Get that right. I'm sorry. I mean, for God, crying out loud, it's public knowledge. It was my mother, not my grandfather. I don't know any of my grandfathers, so that's just nonsense. Yeah, I heard about how bad the movie was. Matt Wilkins, to be honest, okay, I'm just going to get this out of the way. I still have issues with Matt Wilkins because of 2019. But to be honest, I simply just don't care anymore. Honestly. Because, if that to be real, compared to what B-Level did to me, Matt Wilkins is a saint. Matt Wilkins never sent people after me when my mother was died and lied about it. In fact, Matt Wilkins is one of the main reasons why I did Star Wars content in the first place. Without Matt Wilkins, you probably wouldn't be watching this stream. And I do have to give Matt Wilkins credit for that. Without Matt Wilkins, there would be no State of Star Wars. Without Matt Wilkins, there would be no Ewoks Unhinged. And without Matt Wilkins, there wouldn't be the current incarnation, what I refer to it as Wookiees Unhinged, Fantifa. You could take your pick. Matt Wilkins is the reason for this, channel existing as it is today. Because if it weren't for him, my channel would just be some random YouTube channel that rants about stupid shit every now and then. That's all it would be. So that's exactly what it was. B-level is Leon Trotsky. I think that's an insult to Trotsky, to be honest. But anyway, I wouldn't hate libertarians as much as I do if they at least had some form of self-awareness on how diabolically disgusting their ideology is. Because libertarians like to portray themselves as the hero against big bad government, yet they support freaking things like enforcing pro-life. They're against, a woman's right to choose. They're against a woman's right to do what she will with her body. They support the very goddamn system that enables all this bullshit in the first place. Yet they are supposedly against big bad government. No. Libertarians are the biggest fucking bootlickers of the government that there is. Everything you hear about libertarians like being against the big bad government, it's nothing more than just freaking virtual signaling. It's just to make them look better about themselves. To look better, to feel better about themselves, that they're not completely garbage human beings. That's what libertarians are, honestly. It's just a way to make them feel good about themselves. They don't think the rich, should be taxed. They think freaking the rich should be able to do what the hell they want with no consequences. They're against environmental regulations. Freaking, and you would figure with COVID-19 that libertarianism would be completely discredited. Because in my opinion, it is discredited. I think anybody that pushes for libertarian economics at this point is fucking crazy and should be freaking laughed out of the room. But unfortunately, those people are taken seriously by a good chunk of the American population. And libertarians, what is their freaking solution to the problems of climate change? The boom and bust cycles caused by capitalism. Oh, they don't even acknowledge those points, because according to libertarians and their crazy logic, they're not real capitalists. Anytime anything goes wrong, they the stereotype that right wingers do to communists every time a communist country collapses in their in air quotes, oh, that wasn't real communism. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, because it did, it is real, capitalism. Every time there's a economic collapse, every time that, you see mass unrest, it's capitalism. But in order to justify their support for a system that enables mass murder, mass starvation, you can't afford, to live here? Fuck you. Oh, wait, actually, you can't live here because that's private property. You can't live there because that's private property. It's like, yeah, and the libertarians and their fucking view on homeless people is so goddamn disgusting that it fucking makes me sick. It makes me fucking sick. And okay, libertarians, if we're going by the American context, yes. But libertarians originally did not start off as a fascist ideology. It was originally left wing. But like all fucking fascists can never make anything of their own, so they have to steal from other people, because that's what they are. And yeah, well, I'm not gonna get into the topic of private property because that's the can of worms. I'm not gonna get into deeply. The only thing I will say for the libertarians that are watching this, no, just because I support the public ownership of the means production doesn't mean I advocate for everyone to take your toothbrush, because that's just a stupid, childish argument against Marxism, when that is not what freaking Marxism is. Private property is not the same as personal property. Private property is owning something like a house that people need to live, but you are exploiting that, and you essentially are a wannabe fucking landlord. And not to mention, private property also is something that fascists support. So let me ask you this. How are communists and fascists alike when communists are against private ownership while fascists aren't? Interesting. Now, this stream kind of went from one topic to another. Again, luckily, I will edit this part later, so it could be, so for those of you who watch it after the fact, it could be a separate video. So if anybody has any ideas how to progress through the stream, at least any new ideas, just type and I'll think of something. That's impossible. If I was not there, if I was there, I would know it. And not to mention, I haven't gone anywhere near Matt Wilkins' streams. I don't comment on there. In fact, I haven't been anywhere near Matt Wilkins' comment section since 2019. That's a lie. If I ever watched Matt Wilkins' videos, I never commented at all. Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is. But yeah, if libertarians were really serious, though, about opposing imperialism, they wouldn't support capitalism, because the military-industrial complex is one of the biggest industries, if not the biggest, in terms of capitalism. You cannot have capitalism as we know it today without the military-industrial complex. And yeah, I wasn't there. If it was someone imitating me, because I would have a recollection of being there. I wasn't there. And unless I see proof, I don't believe you. Oh, Killing Joke by Alan Moore. I haven't read that in a while. Well, I honestly interpret Killing Joke as Batman not being much different from the Joker. In fact, him and Joker are pretty similar in a way. And I know there's theories of Batman killing the Joker at the end of the Killing Joke. Originally, the Killing Joke was conceived as an Elseworld story. Of course, in my opinion, I think the Killing Joke is one of the greatest Batman stories, ever. In my opinion, it's a short story. It gets straight to the point, and not to mention the ending is, open to interpretation. Some people view it as Batman breaking his code. I see the ending as Batman, after Joker makes the joke, the reason why he laughs is because Batman, laughs at the irony that the Joker and himself aren't much different. I mean, the Joker is crazy. Of course he is. We don't know what caused him to go crazy. We don't understand why he went insane. But the Killing Joke, we actually see something about the Joker that we haven't seen since. We have seen a human side to the character. And the Joker, I feel like at the end of that story, we see a glimpse of who Joker was before he became who he was. Now, the Killing Joke story does say that the Joker doesn't remember his own life story, that he prefers multiple choice. Batman, I feel like another reason he laughs at the end is he sees himself as, in the Joker, that they aren't much different, because they're not. Even in other stories, just think about it. Who goes in a bat suit beating up people? He looks like a crazy patient from Arkham Asylum. Batman is somebody that should be in Arkham Asylum because he's just as crazy as the freaking inmates that live there. Has he killed people like the Joker? No, as far as we know in this story. But the Joker basically makes a point about, when his joke about him being, about Batman, not actually helping him, in the end. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm butchering this, actually, but I think the Killing Joke is definitely showcasing that Batman and the Joker are not much different. Another thing that's interesting about the Killing Joke is the Joker believes all it takes is one bad day to be, to basically go crazy like him. Gordon proved him wrong, and so did Batman. Well, as far as we know. Now, of course, we would know that, considering that the Killing Joke is part of the main continuity of all Batman, going forward after that, comic was published. Because one thing that was significant is Barbara Gordon was crippled. And that's basically one of the few things that, is significant about that story. But the Killing Joke is the most influential Batman story other than The Dark Knight Returns. Now, in my opinion, I think the Killing Joke, for the most part, is not understood by most readers. Because the readers, when they see the Killing Joke, they see a cool-looking, stylized comic that has a interesting origin of the Joker, and the end is so open-ended that there's so many ways you can interpret the Killing Joke. Now, in my opinion, I think this is one thing that the animated film completely, basically fucked up when it came to the adaptation. A lot of the nuance of the Killing Joke is basically stripped from the movie. A lot of the details from the comics, that had all the background details, everything, that foreshadowed how the story was going to end, and the ending was pretty much dumbed down compared to the comic book. Don't get me wrong, it was cool hearing Mark Hamill and Conroy, do the voices for Batman and the Joker in that adaptation. But I think the comic is still the better way that the story was told, considering, obviously, I'm biased because I think the comic book is better than the movie. Not only is the artwork better, but I think the way the story is presented is better. I just simply think that the story and the Killing Joke, what made it so good was the ending wasn't so cut and dry. And the way that the themes of the story wasn't so cut and dry either. There was a lot of room for interpretation. And that's what makes it one of the best Batman stories, in my opinion. Because let's be real, most Batman stories, it's just Batman being a fascist. Let's just be honest. It's just Batman being a fascist, beating up, mentally disabled freaking criminals and not actually offering a solution for the problem. Yet the Killing Joke in this story, it's one of the few instances where we actually see it from a different perspective. It isn't about Batman. It's about the Joker. And the story in this one gives so much depth to the character that, you know what, the Joker and the Batman aren't much different. And I think in every interpretation of I just think a lot of the people that read The Killing Joke just don't understand it. I know Alan Moore does not like The Killing Joke, but then again, I don't care what an artist thinks of their own work, because to me, I don't like to use their word as law. I think The Killing Joke is a good Batman story. And it's one of the greatest comics ever written. And I think any Batman fan should read it at least once. Hell, even if you're not a fan of the character of Batman, I think it's still a story worth checking out. And it's one of those stories that I felt like never needed a adaptation. Now I'm just going to look at the comments. Let's see. I agree. The very idea of humanism is why liberals are such hypocrites with no ideological consistency. Yeah, that is true. That is completely true. Vosh as Batman? Ew! Good God! No! That's no, I don't want to imagine that. Oh God. I did not know that. But it doesn't surprise me. It's hardly surprising. But then again, I'm not going to comment because I haven't researched it regarding Frank Miller. Yeah. I'm just thinking what else is coming to mind. I think there's one thing, though, I do want to address. Actually, and since Pride Tunes is here, and I'll just do it right now. I want to address my atheism segment of my stream I did with Connor Gillis last week. Because I don't think I was clear on my stance against, the atheist community. And I feel like it came off as me saying, oh, all atheists are bad. And it came off as me putting all atheists on, with the same brush. Now, I do not think atheists are bad people. I know some atheists. And I know that not all atheists are pieces of shit like the new atheists, like Christopher Hitchens, Dawkins, Sam Harris, and the entire skeptic community. Yeah, that does include Dusty Smith. And I think I should have addressed this better. My main issue with not atheists, but let's just say the atheists in the West. Let's just say that. Who, by the way, I'm mostly referring to white people. So anybody that's a person of color that's watching this, this isn't you, or an indigenous comrade that's an atheist. The huge issue I have, with first world atheism is it's pretty chauvinistic. And not to mention the limitations of atheism as a whole. Because when your entire identity is based on atheism and being an atheist, I just feel like these people are very childish and don't understand how the world truly works. Now, when you have atheists, in contrast, who are Marxists, who actually have a material analysis on the world, who understand, dialectical and historical materialism, those atheists are not the ones I'm referring to. Because those atheists are highly educated, no history, no Marxism. Atheist Marxists, I have no issue with. Because I think atheist Marxists are the best kind of atheists because they don't make their atheism as part of their identity. They don't care. It's not important to them. I'm speaking as a Marxist, so I could speak from personal experience. That the greatest atheists are those who don't actually make atheism as part of their identity. They just, use their education to actually help make the world a better place. They don't use their atheism as a crutch like all these online personalities that you see. Because I'm just going to be blunt. I think, people like Dusty are, very problematic. And I don't think, they... Sorry, give me a second. People like Dusty Smith, sorry, I had to do something really quick. People like Dusty Smith and TJ of the Amazing Atheists, if you look at, especially Cult of Dusty, if you look at the extent of what first world atheism gets you, look no further than Dusty Smith. Because all I've seen from people like that is punching down at people that are trying to fight, for change. Now, I do not believe in reform, mind you. So, for those of you who are anti-reform, I'm just going to make this clear that I'm not for reform. But I think constantly punching down on people that are actually fighting to, get Medicare for all, holding the fucking fraud squad accountable, is bullshit, and you're not who you fucking say you are. Now, I'm going to be defending Jimmy Dore here. Now, mind you, I'm not a Jimmy Dore fan because I actually think Jimmy Dore is pretty ignorant and I think he's pretty obnoxious. But when you compare Jimmy Dore to the likes of Dusty and TJ Kirk, the Amazing Atheist, whatever he calls himself now, I'll just use Dusty Smith, he actually has touched grass. There's evidence on multiple occasions of Jimmy Dore actually touching grass and actually walking with protesters, protesting for Medicare for all. When was the last time you've seen people in the online atheist community do that? Let's just not call them atheists. Let's call them the skeptic community or the former skeptic community. Or if you want to be more honest, the remnants of the skeptic community. What have they done? other than freaking act like complete goddamn hypocrites and support the very system they claim to hate. How is supporting Joe fucking Biden make you any different than those who support Trump? And that's what I should have said in my stream. But then again, when I'm working with somebody else, I'm not making excuses for myself. I should have done this. I got too engaged with the moment. And I didn't actually make this clear. And honestly, Pride Tunes, that criticism you gave, to my video, it was fair. It was fair, and I should have made my position clear, but I didn't. I didn't make my position clear, and I make it look like I think all atheists are the same, which it wasn't what I was saying, but it did come off that way. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I would hardly call it scientific. I'd hardly call it scientific, considering a lot of these new atheists are pushing for fucking pseudoscience. But, okay, back to what I was getting at, though. I don't like saying this, because I used to be a fan of Dusty Smith, who's known as, Cult of Dusty. I used to be a fan of him. But all I see from him is the inevitable conclusion of what happens when atheism's the only thing that your channel stands for. When atheism is the only thing you discussed. Oh, there's no God. There's no this. There's no that. There's no this. There's no that. Oh, look at these stupid religious people doing this stuff. Let's mock them. It's like that's all. That's where this stuff. If you're an atheist and you don't have like anything else to your name, I mean, an anarchist atheist are better atheists than the people that call themselves atheists, because these atheists, what the hell do they offer anybody? They're just your stereotypical liberal like fucking Bill Maher. I used to like Cult of Dusty. I actually thought he was better than he was. But seeing the way he's been attacking Jimmy Dore basically says, okay, I'm just going to call Dusty Smith out here. I don't think he's watching this video, but by some low chance he does. Dusty, what the fuck have you done? You may not like Jimmy Dore. I don't like him either, but what the hell have you done? Why are you fucking literally siding with freaking people like Sam Sneeder? Why? And why are you defending TYT? What is wrong with you? Why are you defending people like that? If you truly were an anti-imperialist, anti-capitalist, why the fuck are you punching down to people who are actually fighting for fucking Medicare for all, holding the freaking squad accountable? Fucking AOC hasn't done a goddamn thing for her fucking people that voted for her. Why are you defending people like that? Why? You think you're such a great fucking atheist. Why aren't you actually offering people something other than, oh, look at me. I'm just going to punch down at Jimmy Dore because he's more successful than me. Yeah, he is. And there's a reason for that. You know what? You may not like Trump supporters, but you know what? There were people that had legitimate grievances with this country. The liberal establishment for fucking many years have abandoned people. They let things freaking get to the way they currently are. A Donald Trump would not be possible if freaking America wasn't freaking devolving into the fascist state that it currently is. It's like, you think you know better than freaking Jimmy Dore. Why aren't you touching grass? Why aren't you actually going out and supporting fucking people who fight Medicare for all? You won't, because you're a fucking coward who freaking supports the Democratic Party. And the only thing to your identity is, oh my God, I'm scared of freaking Trump. He's the most conservative president in our lifetime. Are you fucking serious? Joe Biden is Trump 2.0. He is doubling down on everything Trump has done in his administration. He's letting millions of people become homeless. Yet you're gonna punch down at Jimmy Dore and say that what he's doing is for a grip. Motherfucker, you make more money than most of your fucking audience does. I mean, don't fucking lie and say you don't fucking make money off super chats. I mean, Jimmy Dore may do that, but at least he's not a fucking hypocrite like you are. There's a reason why fucking liberals are fucking being fucking hated increasingly. Why people are leaving the Democratic Party in droves, because fucking people are sick of it. They're sick of a fucking party that doesn't do a goddamn thing for their people. I don't like Cult of Dusty Pride tunes. I really don't. No, I don't like Jimmy Dore either. But I just do not like people punching down on freaking people that are actually fighting to make things somewhat better. That's freaking, that's why I don't like, Dusty Smith. I really don't. Not anymore. Which is a shame. I used to really like the guy. But he's become the very thing that he claims to hate. Honestly. It's like Jimmy Dore is like one of the few people that are actually holding people accountable. And he's not doing anything to prove him wrong. Did Jimmy Dore deserve the criticism of platforming a Boogaloo Boy? Fuck yes. He deserves that criticism. He deserves to be criticized for that. But that doesn't mean, that Jimmy Dore is wrong on everything else, though. Jimmy Dore is one of the few people that are consistently supporting Medicare for all. So that's one of the biggest advocates for Julian Assange. And if you don't support Julian Assange, I'm suspicious of you. Because Julian Assange, if he were to get extradited in the United States, it'd be the death of journalism as we know it. Now, I don't think Dusty Smith is nowhere near as bad as The Amazing Atheist. In fact, I don't think Dusty Smith is that bad of a guy. I just have issues with him supporting people like TYT and people like that. It's like, if he really thinks he could do better than Jimmy Dore, then do better than Jimmy Dore. Touch grass. So hold fucking AOC accountable. Stop fucking being defending freaking people like her. Yeah, they do. Just because you uphold science doesn't mean, you are a moral person. Because science has been used by evil people to justify evil things. Well, I've been keeping track of it, a good amount. And Jimmy Dore, he's been freaking taking on freaking the squad, TYT. And he had some issues with Kyle Kulinski. Now, I'm not as familiar with the Kyle Kulinski situation, but I do find it suspicious. Why would you support the people that think it's okay to criminalize homelessness? Now, Dusty, if you really want to make a difference and you really actually care about the people of this country, don't fucking punch down at people like Jimmy Dore. Do better than Jimmy Dore. Because Jimmy Dore has actually touched grass and actually went with people in protest. What have you done? Yeah, well, I'm not going to get into that. Now, I wanted to get to the final thing I wanted to address. Yes, he does. Yeah, he is a liberal, unfortunately, and that's what holds him back. Yeah, Dusty. Here's the thing. I'll just tell you this. If you watch this, you're not likely going to do this. If you really want to be a good ally to the proletariat, stop being a liberal. You don't need to be a hardcore Marxist to actually do good, but I suggest you read some Marxist works. Read State and Revolution. Read by Vladimir Lenin. Read Imperialism, the Highest Stage of Capitalism by Vladimir Lenin. Read the Communist Manifesto. At least that would be a good place to start. Read those three, and you get a general idea on how this stuff works. Now, to close this topic regarding, clarifying what I said in my atheist stream, no, I don't think all atheists are bad. No, I don't think, we have to be religious. And no, I don't believe, we should have to tolerate, people that threaten the lives of those who don't believe in whatever religion they want to believe. We have every right to believe what we want to believe. I believe that religion is a private matter, whether you're religious or not. I think it's not important. What's important is the primary contradiction, capitalism. It doesn't matter what you believe. Capitalism will kill you all the same. And if we really want to build a better world where we are going to, where we're going to actually not fucking die or have our descendants die, we're going to have to, put our differences aside and focus on the greater evil here, capitalism. Because it doesn't matter at the end of the day if you are an atheist or if you're Christian or if you're a Muslim or if you're Jewish or whatever other religion that exists. What matters right now is the primary contradiction is capitalism. That's the only thing that matters. Everything else is secondary and can be dealt with later. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I hope that clarification cleared things up for those who were confused about what I said with my stream with Connor Gillis. Hopefully I don't have to revisit this topic again. Anyway, moving on. Are you willing to pay for my passport? Answer that question and I might consider it. If you're willing to pay for my passport and for all my expenses of getting there. Oh, and whatever you be willing to pay to get me into North Korea. If you could answer that question, then we'll talk if I would move there. All right. Well, Pride Tunes, I had to clear that up, and I'm glad you showed up because I wanted to actually fix that misunderstanding. Because we're all human. The take I said was not the best take I could have made. In fact, I could have clarified my positions better, but hopefully, this fixes that and I don't have to, clarify it again. Now, later, I'm going to edit that part of the video along with the other parts of the stream as a separate video because why not? Because, this, after all, this is an open discussion stream and it's a potential gold mine for new videos. I don't really care about SpongeBob SquarePants. I mean, the early episodes, I thought were amusing. And that's just my thoughts on it. I don't have anything else to say about SpongeBob SquarePants. Now I'm just going to try to. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to tell you. I was not at Matt Wilkins' stream. Unless you can get a screenshot that proved I was there, I say that is just nonsense. My grandfather did not die. Okay? It was my mother. Anybody that actually believes that nonsense is either stupid. I mean, if Matt Wilkins actually believed that was my grandfather, no. No. And I ignored you for a reason. I wasn't gonna disrupt my conversation just to address bullshit. Okay? Wait, what are you talking about? Sure. You could send it to me. The only part of honestly, SpongeBob, the only thing I liked was the early, and I don't really like it. The only thing I tolerated was the earlier episodes. But then again, I don't watch SpongeBob. I go out of my way to avoid SpongeBob. I do not care because I never ever have any intention of going to, California Adventure. Yeah, it's close to where I live. I could take a bus and I could be at Disneyland in 20 minutes, potentially. But other than that, I don't care because I don't have any intention of visiting Disneyland anytime soon. Wow, such a variety of topics. Oh, I've only been to California Adventure like one time, and that was like almost 20 years ago. Back in 2003, when I spent 9 days at Disneyland. I still can't believe I did that. Oh, all right. Yeah, believe it or not, I did spend 9 days at Disneyland one time. Yes, it is. Capcom. It would depend on what you're talking about. I don't like to use the word overrated lightly. All right. What the fuck? Specky V, I got a question. Who was that the screenshots you just showed me? Who was that? I'm not going to expose it unless I'm given context. I would really like to have context because I don't know. Yeah. And honestly, one of the dumbest and childish arguments I hear from anti-communists, why don't you move to North Korea? It's like, yeah, and what would that solve? What would moving to another country really solve? Do you have that much of an issue with people who do not agree with this bullshit system? Are you for thought control? I mean, seriously. We wanted to change the freaking world. and running away like a coward to another country because we don't, make you feel comfortable is ridiculous. If you want to solve this once and for all, yeah, I do have a Discord. Just type Comrade Banjo. And we'll prove it. Yeah, that is true. And besides, in America, even if we wanted to like flee from one country to another, guess what? Guess what would happen? There's potential that the United States can invade that country. So you just be moving from one country to another. And not to mention, communists in other countries don't want fucking Westerners. They want fucking people in the West to fucking fix their own shit. Not run away and in order to fucking tell them how they should and shouldn't fucking have their fucking socialism. That's just chauvinistic bullshit. I'm not interested in going to North Korea. The North Koreans have built their revolution. They've maintained their Marxist, whatever, if you think they're communists or not, or Marxists, it doesn't fucking matter. They maintain their state as it is for 70 years. And I have no right to go to their country and tell them, no, I think you should run your country like this, run your country like that. No, I'm not going to, as a Westerner, I'm not going to tell how another country what they shouldn't and shouldn't do. Because that's Western chauvinism. That is how I stand on the issue. That's why I do not believe that communists should just flee their countries. The only circumstances I would feel would be justified is if you have children and you want to keep them safe. Or hell, you could send your children away to keep them safe and you stay here. That's the only way I'd think it'd be justified. Otherwise, no. Leaving your country is the coward way out. Especially considering the fact that running wouldn't really do you much good in a globalized world because America will just fucking potentially invade the country that you flee to. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's just where I stand. I know this stream is not organized, and again, this is an open discussion stream, so it's not meant to be organized. But honestly, when it comes to the game developers, I just cannot comment on which ones are the most overrated, because I think, we shouldn't be using overrated lightly. Though, if you want to know developers that have the most scummy practices, one of them, it would probably be Activision, EA, Ubisoft, and Nintendo. There is no denying that Nintendo has some of the scummiest practices in gaming. There's just no denying that. From re-releasing video games that came out 10 years ago for fucking $60, from doing timed exclusive releases like Mario All-Star Collection and doing nothing to improve them, to doing the fucking bullshit they've done for the Pokemon series, since 1995. It's like Nintendo is one of the scummiest developers. And unfortunately, as much as I hate to say this, they fucking make good games, though. Unlike EA, unlike Activision, Nintendo still makes good games. So it sucks that when I buy Nintendo's game, I end up supporting a scummy developer. But again, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. There really isn't. Oh. Oh, God. They are the worst. All right. Anyway, just give me a second, people. This guy apparently is determined to prove that I was at a Matt Wilkins stream. So you know what? I'm just gonna invite this person to my server, not for too long, as a guest. There's nobody in my server. Mind you, as soon as you know you give me the screenshot, I'm kicking out of the server because the server serves a different purpose. Anyway. Yeah, Nintendo fanboys are the worst. One of them. They defend bullshit practices. I don't know. Because the fans allow it. That's why. And unfortunately, I did buy a lot of the Pokemon games. And Nintendo has the audacity to fucking, make us freaking pay for the same goddamn game like a billion times. And that's Nintendo in a nutshell. Honestly. They expect us to pay for the same goddamn game. And expect us, to just take it. And you know what? That they will take it, the fans, because Nintendo fans, let's be real, they're kind of dumb. And they'll take anything. And they'll freaking do it without a second thought. I mean, they defend some of the worst bullshit, Nintendo's ever done. I mean, don't get me wrong. They make great games. Nintendo makes amazing games. Some of the best games in gaming are made by Nintendo. But Nintendo, in all honesty, they're a scummy company. Yes, they make amazing games, but they're still a scummy company. I mean, Nintendo, some of my favorite games of all time come from Nintendo. And that's the dilemma. Because Nintendo is one of the rare companies that is scummy. Yeah, but they still make good games. When you compare them to the likes of Konami, to a lesser extent, Tecmo Koei, EA and Activision and Ubisoft, Nintendo fucking makes freaking amazing games. They truly do. While those companies make games that are predatory, that have horrible business practices, and yeah. Anyway, this person's not going to let this go, so I'm going to investigate this myself. I'm obviously going to mute it, mind you, because I don't believe I was on this stream. That's impossible. I could not have been on this stream because there's no way I did. But we'll investigate. We will fully investigate this. We'll get to the bottom of this. I was not on here. I was not on here. Oh, okay. There's no way I was on here. Wow. Why anti-Americanism is well known in this community. Of course. Sorry, people. I'm just investigating this because I don't see anything. Because I don't see myself on here. Sorry, people. I'm just investigating. Because people would know me. Know me. I have a Antifa thing on my profile. I'm very. You know where I am. I don't see me at all. I don't know what you're talking about. I could say for certain that I was not there, because for that stream I was. When was this uploaded? No, I could not have been on there. I was. Let's see. I'm gonna check the day I was on July 8th because I can. That's not me. That is not me. That's not me. I would never show up. I would never show up. That's a convince. Let me see. Let's compare how it's spelled. That's not me. Where am I? Where's the supposed? Because I wasn't there. I don't have a grandfather. My grandfather's dead. My mother, I don't know. It's okay. What? That's not me. That's impossible. That's not me. I'm sorry, but that was not me. I mean, I'm gonna look up the date because there's no way I could have been on that stream. Nope, that cannot. I was busy that day. That was not me. That was clearly not me. Clearly not me. Did you investigate if that had videos? Did you? Did you? Why would I go to Matt Wilkins' channel? Why would I go to a person's channel that I don't particularly like? That doesn't make sense. Now I finally came to the bottom of it, and no, I wasn't there. I don't know who that was. That's probably was someone trying to imitate me, but that wasn't me. My grandfather. I've never spoken to my grandfather in years, and I think it's insanity that I wasn't. Why would I talk to Matt Wilkins? I'm sorry. Why would I talk to somebody that I have issues with? And now, don't take this personally, but this is not. But I did not invite you here for you to be a permanent member of this group. This is a specific group for a specific purpose, and I did it for convenience. So, don't take this personally, but you're being kicked. This is nothing personal. I have no issue with you personally, but I do not. This is not the reason. You're not. This is not permanent. Because I didn't make this group for you. I'm sorry. I made this group specifically for another purpose. And I investigated this fully. I was not at the stream. There's no way I could be. And I don't. Anybody that knows me would know that I'm not at good terms with Matt Wilkins. Why would I go to his stream? Somebody clearly was imitating me. That just doesn't make any sense. Matt Wilkins, why would he would, and let's be honest here, he would have had me blocked. There's no way he would allow me on his stream to comment. No way. Anybody that knows me would know that I wouldn't do that. So, no. I do deny everything because I wasn't there. I was busy that day doing other things. There's no way I could have been there. And since I fully investigated this myself, I could say for certain that I wasn't there. And let's be honest here, if I was there, I'd be swarmed. I'm not liked in that community. There's no way I'd be tolerated there. No way would I be tolerated. And yeah, that's the end of it. I don't want to hear about it again because I wasn't there. Anyone that actually claims I was doesn't know what they're talking about and is being, I was never there. Though I will give you credit, I do not think you were doing this in bad faith, so I'll give you credit, unlike most of my other people that come here. So yeah, I'm not addressing this again. So please stop bothering me about it. I agree, Stan. It'd be so much easier if I could. Now, let's talk about something else, because this Killer Instinct, I have no comment on that, actually. Yeah, I agree. Now, I don't know what the person who imitated me what did they have to gang by this? Unless I teleported from an alternate universe somehow, and I'm somehow in the wrong universe. I don't know. That just doesn't make sense for me. You know what? Let's react to something. What the hell? Well, that's cool. Well, I wasn't there. It doesn't matter what he believes because I wasn't there. I was busy that day. I was busy hanging out with a friend. There was no way I would have had the time to do what I did. Yep, there's no way it could not have been a fake account. Believe me, if I was there, I would have been swarmed immediately. I am not liked by that community. Anybody who actually was around during EU Gate would know I'm not liked in that community. And let's be real. As somebody that is strongly anti-fascist as I am, why would I want to walk into a hornet's nest of fascists? That doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, it was interesting. But I don't know, whatever. It was an interesting thing to investigate. Now let's just react to something. Actually, let's do something funny. I'm just going. Don't worry, guys. I've a video to show you. You guys can find it. All right. Just give me a second. I'm just going to make sure the ad is gone so I can show. so I could react to this. Of course, before I do that, I got to get my headphones on so I don't actually have double the audio playing. All right. All right. All right, people. Let's just react. Let's react to a video or two. All right, let's do this. Oh, I'll do that next, actually. I'll do that next. Just give me the link, Specky V. Just give me the link, and I'll do it. Oops. I can't react to a video with no sound.
Thank you, Mario. But our princess is in another castle.
Oh, okay. Which one?
What?
Which castle? You seem to know a lot about the castle the princess is in.
No. Yeah, no. I'm just,
Wait a second. Where are your guards? There's no way they would leave a kidnapped prisoner sitting here without the guards unless... Are you in on this?
What? Mario, come on, please. That's crazy.
Crazy? You think that's crazy? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because I'm about to show you what a real crazy looks like. Witcher Castle!
You.
Hit him again, brother. Let's see how high this toad can hop. Ready to talk yet?
What's the point? You've already made up your
As
mind.
far as I'm concerned, this is
I'm
the real
guilty,
Mario.
Well, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna make you feel some pain too. I'll tell you which castle she's in. She's in every castle. See, Bowser and I, we chopped her up. Tiny little pieces. Made sure she was alive through the whole process. You'll never see her again, asshole. At least, not whole. Game over, Mario!
Oh, Peach. My sweet, sweet princess.
Did someone say my name?
Peach? But how?
The
Well,
Last Castle in the Last World. Adoy. It's a side-scrolling video game. Was that not obvious? Luckily, that moron Bowser left me in a room behind him without any guards. Total amateur hour. By the way, has anyone seen Toad? He was kidnapped with me, but they separated us. I thought he'd be with you guys. Also, what's that smoking thing? Smells like fried dog shit.
Oh my god, that is a classic. By the way, that's one of their most recent ones. One of my favorite ones they did recently was Legend of Karen. Well, just imagine Zelda but as a Karen. That's essentially what the premise is. It's fucking. Oh god, that. Yeah, I gotta enter the studio. Damn it. Oh god. Sorry guys. Hold on. Jesus. Okay. Oh shit. Sorry guys. Okay. Sorry. Hello? Oh no. I'll be back. Great. I'm having some issues. I'm hearing double me. Oh no. It's probably the share feature. Well, this sucks. All right. Oh, I see the problem. Okay, that fixed it. Fuck. Okay. Don't we love the technical difficulties? All right, people, I'm sorry. Now we could finally, move on to the next one. Now, I know Specky wanted me to react to, Bad Empanada. Well, why not? Let's do it. Let's react. Though I had to find him. The video. So I'm going to. All right. How long is the video, Specky? I'll just type it. All right. Let's just do this. Oh. This should be interesting. No, I'm not going to watch the whole stream. I'll just see. All right. Mind you, I'm going to speed this up because I do not want to. I'm not sitting through this long ass video. All right. Well, it's not long, but I'm not reacting to the whole thing. All right. All right, let's do this.
The only thing that's left to do is to look at Vorsh's subreddit and find some new cringe. Oh, they're complaining about Sean. This is classic Vorsh subreddit stuff. Donald Trump was a pretty average president. Yeah, true. He's a dreadful person, but he did nothing that's out of the ordinary when compared to his recent peers. Yes, true. There's literally nothing controversial here. Unless, of course, you're some f***ing liberal Vorsh stream watcher who thinks that, like, the Democrats are the end-all be-all of politics, and you just can accept the fact that every single U.S. president and politician is nothing but a proxy for corporate rule. Then you might take exception to this. An attack on the U.S. Capitol? Oh, no, that's so terrible. Wow. As opposed to the US presidents who support much more than just a bunch of random fucking protesting losers going into the US Capitol, that they support actual CIA-paid soldiers going into the capital of other countries and taking it over and assassinating its president. So actually, yeah, he's pretty average in those terms. Supporting terrorism in general. You think other US presidents don't support fucking terrorism? Or does the terrorism only count if it's on your soil? Remember, all US presidents are terrorists. Like, how do these people reconcile the fact that they love fucking Chomsky, yet they're here trying to paint Donald Trump as some sort of especially terrible US president? Obama is worse than George Bush and Tony Blair, says Noam Chomsky. True.
Let's go to, I already talked about his attitude toward Egypt, the usual one. I follow the usual.
I'm sorry, I do not take Noam Chomsky seriously. He's a fucking clown.
Game plan, which I mentioned. Let's take Israel Palestine. I mean, his position is shocking. He's refused to do. I mean, there was just a UN Security Council resolution a few weeks ago in which calling on an ending of settlement expansion, and declaring the settlements illegal, which is not even controversial. Well, Obama vetoed it alone.
Like, the idea that Trump is something different.
Remember, principle to apply every post-World War II president would be indictable.
Totally true.
Can we run down them real fast? What did Eisenhower do that you would indict him for?
Eisenhower overthrew the conservative nationalist government of Iran with a military coup. He overthrew the first and last democratic government in Guatemala by military coup and invasion, leading to years of in Iran. It led to the same amount of work, but there were opportunities for diplomatic settlement, which the Bush administration refused to consider.
Look, if you're trying to paint Donald Trump as anything but average in terms of US presidents, you quite simply just do not consider foreigners human beings. That's the only way that you could possibly think that that's a controversial statement to make. And look, someone here.
Wow. Bad Empanada is based unironically. He isn't wrong on this one. I'm not a fan, by the way, of Bad Empanada, but he's not wrong so far.
The same fucking point. Are American lives worth more than? Of course, but there is a difference between US presidents supporting terrorism in foreign countries and supporting domestic anti-US terrorism. Why? These people are supposed to be leftists. Like, just straight up nationalist bullshit here, like separating people along national lines and saying that things are like it's the same thing. It's the same shit as someone saying like a crime against an illegal immigrant is less severe than a crime against a citizen of a country. There's no fucking difference between this and a statement like that. Just straight up valuing the lives of people in other countries less. Yeah, to an American president, American lives should be worth more. It's kind of their job. Upvoted on a supposedly leftist anarchist subreddit. Every single one here trying to say that Americans are not worth more than foreigners is just getting downvoted. This guy says, where did this idea come from that people think Trump was better than his predecessors? No one thinks that he was better. The claim is that he was average, that what he did was not exactly out of line. Trump was an average Republican. That's true. Trump governed as any fucking average Republican would have. And all they can list, of course, is like a couple of things domestically. And then when they get to the stuff that he did internationally, it's all the stuff that fucking Hillary Clinton would have done. Exactly the same. Intervention in the Middle East, coup attempts in South America, harsher Cuba sanctions, continued deportations. By the way, Obama deported more people than Trump did. Putting conservatives on the Supreme Court, like that's a really funny thing that I see them saying. Like, if you have a system where the president can just appoint whoever he wants on the Supreme Court, and the president doesn't do that, he'll be a fucking moron, okay? If Biden has a chance to put 3 fucking conservatives on the Supreme Court and he doesn't do it, you should fucking be outside his fucking house, not letting him leave until he fucking does it, okay? These people like believe in like the West Wing sort of mysticism that the US has like a political system that is worth upholding and protecting or something. But like they believe in like the code of honor, like the fucking honor system. Like don't do these things. That the system.
Oh my God, Van Empanadas destroying BreadTube. This is essentially what BreadTube is, and he's destroying them better than Caleb did in his stupid book. Sorry, I couldn't help but do a jab at Caleb Mopton.
Specifically allows you to do because if you do them, like you're breaking some sort of imagined code of honor. These people are just fucking liberals. There's nothing complicated about it. They're just liberals. He was better than Bush. Downvoted. Are you fucking kidding me? George Bush was easily the most murderous US president in the last 100 years. And that's saying a fucking lot, man. Someone saying this shouldn't be controversial getting downvoted. What is Bush for? What is Bush for at this point? This is fucking Destiny level shit at this point. Like he's churning out people who think exactly like your average fucking Destiny fan. There's no difference anymore. Unbelievable stuff here. Straight up fucking US nationalist liberal bullshit. So this idea that Trump is some sort of especially bad president, it's clearly just a symptom of these people being like a bunch of fucking teenagers who can barely even remember Obama's second term, let alone anything else, let alone people who have like any sort of desire to actually read and inform themselves on how things were beforehand. Trump was a walking nightmare. How? If Trump was a walking nightmare, man, then basically everyone before him, aside from maybe Obama, was just as much of a walking fucking nightmare. These people are like, they're just so superficial. There's no systemic analysis at all. It's just all about optics. It's all about the fact that Trump will just say what other Republicans think out loud while doing the same sort of shit that they do. Like I say, like Obama was anywhere near as bad as Trump. That's not what was said. What was said here was Trump was average. Things like this. Let's see. Trump's trans military ban. I don't fucking care. Am I supposed to fucking care if trans people have the right to join the military and go and murder foreigners? Like, give me a fucking break, man. That's the first thing you list. Every single thing here.
Wow. You know, wow, Bad Empanadas destroying the Voshites with facts and logic. Based.
Solely to do with US stuff. What is here that Jeb Bush wouldn't have done? Conservative Supreme Court picks. Yes. Denying trans people healthcare. Yeah, he would have done that too. Pushing for a border wall. I mean, a border wall is essentially a useless thing anyway. But Jeb Bush would have had the exact same fucking sort of immigration policy, just would have been less overt about it. Or against the ACA. Yes, he would have done that too. Immigration policy in general. Yes. Muslim travel ban. I imagine maybe on that they wouldn't have explicitly done it like so obviously. That's about the only thing that I can think. He also tried to overthrow our government, which would have led to a full-on fascist takeover. These people think like a bunch of fucking random morons storming the Capitol building is equivalent to like a real risk of a government takeover. You don't take over a government by just having a bunch of idiots in a building. That's not how things work. There's no sort of institutional takeover risk there. Like all that they would have done is just like they would have taken, like let's say even in this sort of theoretical world these people lived in, where a bunch of unarmed fucking losers storming a building could have possibly taken it. Like let's say they storm the Capitol building. You know, everyone's evacuated. They get in there. They take over the Senate chamber. Woohoo! Yeah, we got it. Well, what now? Well, what do we do now? Do we control the government now? No, you fucking don't. That's not a fucking coup. That's a bunch of fucking morons occupying a building for a few hours. Fucking delusional. These people have gaslit themselves. They so desperately want to believe that being a liberal in the US makes you some sort of victim. They've gaslit themselves into believing that like the Capitol riot was the same sort of thing as what the US does to other countries, organizing actual
Computer, ramming speed.
God damn it.
military coups and stuff. They're so desperate to believe that what they do in other countries is also happening to them, while simultaneously arguing at the same time that somehow Trump was out of line with what so many other US presidents have done, which is exactly what I just fucking talked about, like supporting coups, supporting fucking death squads, supporting genocides, etc., etc. Man, 1 year of Bush was significantly worse than 4 years of Donald Trump. They also do this thing like triple the rate of drone strikes. Obama did too. It's nothing to do with fucking him like having a conscious policy to triple the rate of drone strikes. Everything to do with the changing nature of fucking warfare. You know, as the years go on and on, more people are being killed by unmanned drones. That's the way it is. Kowtowing to Russia at every opportunity. Oh no, undermining the United Nations. Do you think the United Nations does anything, man? Every US president undermines the United Nations anyway. Every single time the fucking UN condemns the US in any capacity, there's always a fucking veto. Every time they condemn Israel in any capacity, there's always a veto. It doesn't matter if it's Trump or Obama. Oh man, he left US government departments in shambles? Who fucking cares? Are you leftists or are you liberals who just got done watching the fucking West Wing? What am I reading here? These people seriously think that they're serious fucking leftists. He ran a mafia state? Man, Trump didn't have the chance to fucking change anything about the nature of the state. What he ran was a state that was already there. If you think that it was a mafia state under Trump and now it's a good and just state that fights for working people or whatever, you're fucking insane. Foreign policy was horrible too compared to what? Obama presided over the fucking NATO intervention in Libya. That alone is worse than anything that fucking Trump did during his entire presidency. That one fucking thing. How are these people like this, man? Apparently Trump antagonized North Korea. Trump literally said that he's in love with he fell in love with Kim. Are you kidding me? Trump was terrible for foreign policy. But when the way that people talk about other countries as foreign policy, again, it's disgusting. It's always framed as in like how the US can act upon other countries rather than like, you know, anything else. It's all about us acting upon them. For another, Trump was terrible for foreign policy. Yeah. So is every fucking US president ever has been terrible for foreign policy. Your fucking point? He was significantly worse. Are you fucking kidding me? As I said, Libya alone, worse than the entirety of Trump's presidency. Every single thing that he did. For Bush, take your fucking pick between Iraq, Afghanistan. Either of them, worse than anything that Trump did during his entire presidency. The biggest foreign policy disaster in decades? What the fuck are you talking about? These people have to be liberals who are talking about in terms of like US being like the global leader or whatever. US hegemony. That has to be the way they're thinking about this. Because in terms of actual like just destruction and genocide and harm done, Trump was actually not as bad as Obama, as Bush at the very least. As I said, Libya alone makes Obama worse. Iraq or Afghanistan alone, take your pick of either one of those two, makes Bush worse. These people are not fucking leftists. I've noticed a lot of leftists often can't distinguish between harm caused by US presidents internationally versus internally. That might be because we don't consider US citizen lives to be worth more than people in other countries. You disgusting fucking nationalist piece of shit. That is to say, one person killed by the US abroad is equal to one killed at home. You're seriously fucking saying that is something that leftists should not aim for? I've voted 11 times. I've voted 11 fucking times. The idea that a US citizen's life is worth more than someone killed by the US in another country. Harm caused by a leader to their own people is a greater violation. No, the entire fucking point of leftism is internationalism, solidarity based on class rather than national lines. These people are just borderline fucking fascists here. What the fuck am I reading? These people think they're different to Caleb Morpin, but they really aren't. I think he's better than them on this, honestly. If this is your
Oh my god! Holy shit! Wow, I didn't think Bad Empanada could be so based. Holy shit! Vosh's community is far worse than I could possibly imagine. Oh my god! Holy shit!
audience, Vosh, if this is the audience that you've cultivated, you're worse than just a normal liberal, honestly. Even fucking Human Rights Watch, like straight up centrist liberal institutions who are basically US foreign policy devices like Human Rights Watch, are better than your audience on this sort of stuff. Like, this is hurting my head. I didn't expect to be able to get a fucking clip video out of looking at a rant, the first fucking thread I saw on Vosh's subreddit. But this is fucked up. This is honestly fucked up. These people are worse than liberals. This is straight up nationalist, liberal sort of, conservative, liberal sort of American exceptionalist, nationalist sort of stuff. These people are imperialists. These people are not internationalists. These people have a nationalist sort of analysis of the world. If there's ever any doubt that Vosh's audience are a bunch of fucking liberal US nationalists, just look at this thread. It's the best evidence you'll ever see for it. Yes, Trump was an average president compared to all of them. That's a fucking fact. Listen to what fucking Noam Chomsky says. Your own the guy who you guys pretend to care about what he has to say when he agrees with you on voting for Biden, but you ignore everything else. This guy's trying to say like US deaths from the pandemic make Trump worse than fucking Bush literally invading a country and intentionally doing a genocide. Are you kidding me? Honestly, this hurts my head to read. These people are worse than the average liberal. The average liberal would not say out loud, like the average centrist sort of human rights sort of liberal wouldn't say out loud that they think US lives matter more than foreign ones. This is why I often say that I don't think that the US left, or so-called, I don't think these people are left at all. Honestly, I don't think the US has anything resembling a left. This is why I often say that people who consider themselves to be on the left in the US and the US just are not remotely allies to the rest of the world, and they should pretty much always be ignored because of what we just read. This is like a guy who's often framed as like the big fucking, the big fucking king of the online American left, and he stands there essentially making a nationalist analysis of the world, saying that American lives are worth more than anyone else's lives. Therefore, the fact that the US does genocide in other countries isn't as big of a deal. Like, you cannot see that and think that these people are on the left at all. It makes no sense. It's just straight up a right-wing sort of analysis of the world. If you're on the left, you make a class analysis. You don't separate people along lines of nationality, you separate them along lines of class. But these people are straight up nationalists. There's no other way to put them. Liberal nationalists at best. And as I said, I think that's honestly kind of generous. So if this fucking guy and his audience are the best that the US left has to offer us, then as someone, from literally any other country in the rest of the world, I have to say, no thanks. We don't need you. Please shut the fuck up about anything outside your own borders. Stop inserting yourselves into any conversations about the rest of the world. We don't need you. We don't want you. You're actively harming the rest of us. And I know that's going to hurt some of you because a lot of you are probably Yankees. There's a difference between saying that, like, I'm sure there's some people in the US, I'm sure some of them are nice people, as Donald Trump would say, but like the US as like a movement, the US left as like a movement, so to speak, is just absolutely beyond help. It's actively damaging to the rest of the world. So yeah, I heavily reject it, and I have no fucking faith in it ever getting any better just from what I've seen over the last 10 years.
Wow. I'm not going to lie. That video was pretty fucking based. Sorry for making the video go fast, but we would be here for fucking ever if we didn't. But anyway, I think I'm through with reacting to videos for now. Anyway, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about next. This stream has kind of been all over the place, actually. And I don't know how to continue this stream. If anyone has any ideas, I'm open to it. I agree. Fuck Vosh. But to be real, BreadTube as a whole, I don't know how many times I have to say it, that BreadTube are essentially blue MAGA. They aren't any different from the, Trump supporters they claim to hate. They're not any different, honestly. In fact, they're worse. I think blue MAGA is far worse than red MAGA, because red MAGA, or MAGA, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is at least more honest on what it stands for. At least red MAGA can actually, you could make an argument that it's at least honest and upfront what they actually stand for. And if you look at red MAGA, not all of them are these middle-class fucking Trump supporters, the same kind of people that you see on fucking the mainstream media, when you see Trump supporters being demonized. Have you noticed? It's always the same middle-class fucks that basically talk about, the stupid nonsense that you hear them talk about, whether it's immigration or, the government. It's never the fucking people who were disfranchised, by the fucking Democrats. It's not the people that were formerly freaking voters of Obama. It's always the stereotypical racist, middle-class Trump supporter. That's what Trump supporters are in a nutshell that we're exposed to on the mainstream media. The mainstream media, those Trump supporters, are the reason why people don't look at Trump supporters as human beings. Because let's be real, it is very difficult to look at Trump supporters as human beings if all you see is a bunch of middle-class fucks, you know, saying some of the most disgusting shit imaginable. It's never the fucking poor, the lumpen Trump supporters that actually that have a voice. It's never them. It's never those people. And that's why I get so pissed off every time I see a bunch of fucking liberals claim Trump supporters are all fascists. Okay, define fascism. Tell me what a fascist is. Do you think every Trump supporter supports Trump in the same way that middle-class Trump supporters do? I'm sorry, but Trump speaks to people. He did. And whether you like it or not, he fucking did. More than any president has in decades. Fucking con man? Of course he is. Of course he's a con man. Of course Trump is a fucking disgusting human being. Of course he is. And of course Trump is the fucking devil. But who's worse? An open fucking fascist or a fascist that pretends to be your friend? Because Joe Biden, objectively, in every signal conceivable way, is worse than Trump. In every fucking way, Biden is worse. Biden has fucking ruined the lives of millions of people all over the fucking world. And anybody that fucking denies this doesn't fucking care about fucking people outside of America or people even in their own country. Biden is disgusting. No different than Trump. And now to the topic that I was saying. Why do I think blue MAGA is worse than red MAGA? Because red MAGA, you know, most of what we are exposed to is not what Trump supporters as a whole are. Because Trump supporters are not all fucking racist pieces of shit. Some of them voted for Trump, you know, because I would say a lot of them are misguided because they saw somebody like the only person they felt that was honest of the candidates. And they would rather fucking have people that are fucking honest than somebody that's dishonest. Where's the fucking poor Trump supporters? Why aren't people talking to them? Why? Because it would be too difficult. Here's something, you know, for the supposed left on the internet. You say you want fucking Trump supporters? You want to talk to them? Talk to the fucking poor Trump supporters. Talk to those people that were disfranchised. Not a bunch of privileged middle-class motherfuckers that fucking would support any fascist, you know, candidate that will come inevitably in 2024. Fuck those people. Fuck those fucking Trump supporters. Fuck the middle-class motherfuckers. The people that we should be talking to are those who've been disfranchised, those that the mainstream media completely ignores, the people that the mainstream media pretends they don't exist. Those are the people we should be talking to, not a bunch of middle-class motherfuckers that fucking would want you dead. No, fuck the middle class. I have no reason to fucking hear to those people. Why? Why should we bend over backwards for the middle class? No. Speaking of the middle class, why do I think blue MAGA is worse? Because blue MAGA essentially is basically people who have never suffered oppression, who are uncomfortable with Trump and his base, basically expose them for who they truly are. Because you want to know what blue MAGA looks like? Look at the community that Vaush and Xanderhall have created. They're a bunch of fascists that support fascist governments. They support fascist movements that suppress fucking socialist movements. They fucking support color revolutions. They support anything that the United States supports. They support fucking increased military spending. They support the fucking increased in the freaking budget for the police. They support fucking the increasing fascist freaking undercurrent in the government. And when you really think about it in a nutshell, is there really a difference between blue MAGA and red MAGA? Red MAGA at least is honest. Blue MAGA is just it's just Biden supporters feeling good about themselves, that they no longer have to be exposed to their real selves. If I have to be real, Biden supporters in every single way are worse than Trump supporters. Because those Biden are people who have never experienced poverty, from what I've encountered. And those who have experienced poverty as Biden supporters, they support Biden because Trump makes them feel uncomfortable. Any fool that votes for Joe Biden, that did vote for him, how do you feel? You have blood on your hands. 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 The fucking fascists that you fucking supposedly were against when Trump is in power, guess what? They still are in power. In fact, the fucking crippling sanctions on fucking Cuba, you fucking support that by voting for Biden. You fucking support the genocide that's going on in fucking Yemen by fucking supporting Biden because Biden fucking supports it. It's like, you fucking people have blood on your hands. You're not innocent. Don't give me that fucking bullshit that you're innocent, that oh, my hands are clean. No, your hands are just as dirty as those Trump supporters that you claim to hate. You have no room to talk. You are fucking hypocritical. Blue MAGA is nothing more than fucking a nicer version of red MAGA. At least red MAGA, at least they're fucking honest on how they truly feel and what their agenda is. I don't trust anybody that claims to be for blue MAGA, because I don't trust anyone that actually pushes the ideology, make America great again. What the hell does that even mean? America was never great for poor people. It was never great for people who were disabled. It was never great for the indigenous. It was never great for the new African people. It was never great. Anyone that pushes make America great again, pick up a history book, read a fucking book, not American mythology, read a goddamn history book, and you would know that the kind of system you support is just as fascist, if not more fascist, than the Trump supporters. So for the right-wing watches out there that want to completely report on the evil of the Republican Party, the fascist history of the Republican Party, yet conveniently ignore the fascism in the Republican Party, get the fuck out of here and don't fucking lecture me about anti-fascism. Things are going to get worse. And things are getting worse. I'm witnessing it firsthand. I feel less safe under a Biden administration, or Harris is more accurate, than I did under Trump. I felt safer under a Trump presidency than I did under a Harris presidency. Because let's be fucking real of ourselves. Joe fucking Biden's not the one who fucking is calling the shot. It's fucking Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is the one who's truly in charge. Kamala Harris is the real president of the United States. It isn't fucking Joe, I can't remember where the fuck I am, Biden. Joe Biden says some of the stupidest shit. He lied about fucking COVID, and nobody fucking challenges on him on this. And you know what? I'm going to fucking prove it. Joe Biden fucking lied. I'm not even joking. He fucking lied about COVID. And Fox News, of all fucking news outlets, exposes those lies. Fox fucking News. When Fox News is telling the truth more than fucking Biden is, you know you fucking fucked up. Yes. Oh God, the Hill. They're hardly better than Fox News. Whatever. I'm gonna see. I want the raw footage. I want the raw fucking footage. Jeez, where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is the footage? Looking for the raw footage of Joe Biden. It's about COVID. I'm just going for recent. Because you guys can find it. Because Joe Biden is a fucking idiot. I don't know how. Oh God, he's a fucking idiot. Oh God. Sorry, I'm just looking, guys. Sorry, it's very hard. I'll edit this post after the stream. Oh God. Jesus. Okay, I gotta look for it. Because I know Fox News roasted him over it. COVID. All right. Sorry, guys. I'll get to it. Oh God, a fucking Joe Biden channel. Fucking Joe Biden, such an incompetent fucking piece of shit. I don't know how anyone fucking can fucking support Joe Biden without fucking, and how can they live with themselves? See, I'm just looking. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Someone else, someone else can freaking look it up for me because I don't have the time to look for it. But anyway, Joe Biden as a whole, he's not any better than Trump. He's worse. And those who support Biden are worse. And when it becomes very apparent that Kamala Harris is going to be the real president, that she is the real president, when it's official that she's going to be the real president, be prepared. Things will get a lot worse. And you know what? The blue fucking MAGA crowd will fucking cheer on Kamala Harris. And you bet your fucking ass they're going to be using identity politics to the full extent that they can. Because think about it. Kamala Harris, they're going to weaponize, not only is she a woman, they're going to weaponize her for being black. And they're going to make it seem like every critic of Kamala Harris is a racist and a sexist. You think a Hillary presidency was going to be bad? No. Kamala Harris is going to make you wish we had a fucking Hillary Clinton presidency. Because they're going to weaponize not only her for being black, they're going to weaponize her for being a woman. They're going to do both of these things. A Kamala Harris presidency would fucking suck. It'd be worse than any president we've ever dealt with in our lifetime. And anybody that actually thinks they wouldn't weaponize identity politics against us, oh, you are naive indeed. So yeah, in conclusion, blue MAGA isn't any different than red MAGA, except red is at least the more honest of the two. Now, for those of you who watch this that are pro-Biden, I got a question to ask you. Why? Why and how can you live with yourself knowing that nothing has fundamentally changed? That Joe Biden, when you strip everything down, when you look at everything he has done in his entire life, is the most evil person that's ever become president. He is evil, pure evil. He's worse than Reagan, worse than Bush Sr., worse than Clinton, worse than his, Bush Sr.'s son, Jr., the idiot, worse than Obama, and worse than Trump. Every single fucking president is a better person than Joe Biden. Joe Biden is pure fucking evil. He has supported the most evil policies imaginable. How do you sleep at night knowing you support somebody that is worse than Trump in every way? He doubles down everything that Trump does. He still supports the ongoing genocide in the third world. In fact, I don't think you think third world people are worth anything, because in your eyes, the only lives that matter are Americans. And that's all. That's all I have to say. I know this stream was a little messy, but then again, this is an open topic stream after all. It could go in many different ways. Expect a few of the topics, especially 3 of them, especially will be separate, shorter videos. Those of you who don't care, you can still watch this video if you want. Anyway, it was nice doing this. I am looking forward to doing this again. Everybody, stay safe. And see you guys next week with another stream. Thank you.